Hello, everyone. My name is Michael, and I'm joined by.
Ethan.
And Spencer.
You have stumbled upon our Game Masters game, where we are playing through Elden Ring, Shadow of the Erd Tree.
I'm gonna
Uh,
I'm
eh,
gonna take a
uh,
picture. We have quite the little armor fashion soul set going
Here's the thing.
here.
I was thinking about this. Sorry to interrupt your introduction, Michael, but
that's
we
okay.
are dressed up sort of Game of Thrones bounding. We've got the Baratheons in Ethan's kit. We've got the Lannisters and like a gold coin headpiece for me, and clearly the Targaryens with the black dragon fit. So we are sort of doing a Game of Thrones Elden Ring crossover here.
Which is huge.
Mm, this is very true. I do have to go through like armor sets that we've gotten because I haven't gotten to play Elden Fashion with the DLC yet.
Yeah, it's true.
But I'm pretty sure we got some winners in what we've done so far. What we're doing, we are kicking ass right now. We are in episode three.
Three. Yes.
Three.
We did
Three.
one pre-stream, one Erd Tree, and now we're into the second.
Yes. And we're having a blast with this DLC. It's gorgeous. It's fun. The items are amazing. It's just good. I'm doing kind of a dex build. Spencer's got a fisticuffs build, and Ethan has Mr. Bonk Stick himself. The guts blade.
No, this one's the Iron Throne Blade.
Sorry, Iron Throne
Yeah,
blade.
the grafted sword. It's how I play all from soft games. It is for me the most fun. I've tried magic a couple times. I tried Pyromancer in Dark Souls 3 for a long time, and I don't know. It's a tad repetitive. Which is funny to say
Yeah.
when what I'm doing here is hitting them with a big sword. But yeah, I don't know why that makes sense, but it does to me. There's something about using the same spell that feels different than using the same attack. I don't know.
Hmm. Hey, everyone's got the things. Different brain scratches for each person.
So
Uh,
we're doing a bit of a boss rush today. We've explored a good portion of this map. And I'm gonna let you in on a little secret stream. We did play a little bit off stream.
we did.
We had a
cheated.
separate save file, so that way we didn't ruin stream. But
The-
we really wanted to play, so we did.
The game's that good. What can we say?
Hmm.
But that doesn't affect our stream files at all. The tech wizards that we are, I laugh because we are not. Spencer and I are not.
You think we
We
should?
had a big old discussion about that just 10 minutes ago.
You shouldn't jump. I did try it.
The tech wizard himself, Ethan.
That's Spencer.
I know that's Spencer.
Pardon me. I am Grimace. Go get
Sorry.
get your runes.
How was I supposed to? Here's the thing. I referenced this in our last game. I saw a couple clips of a couple people playing this game. It looks like a good quarter of the bosses you have to leap off of unmarked areas to access them. So pardon me for seeing a jump pad and jumping off of it.
You got me there, man. You do. A lot of that kind of stuff is going to come up in this. I am sure. That temptation to find secret areas is so pervasive. It is such a problem. I'm going to try to remember a few things that we discovered in our illegal bootleg off-stream game, just because there was a couple of things that I did think were neat. I'm going to head towards at least a talisman that I believe that I remember. And then we're going to try... I really don't know if we are going to get there within stream time, because it took us a really long time last time. We're going to try to get to Messmer. I'm hopeful, but it took us a long time off stream, so I guess we'll have to see.
I'm going to be relying on your directional skills because I couldn't even tell you what direction on the map Messmer was at. So I will be following your lead.
I am going to have to go off a lot by landmarks. That was a very casual, very fast casual, loosey-goosey stream, so game, so I wasn't too... Yes, I wanted that Spelldrake Talisman +3, because if I got to fight Rolana, I ain't doing it without it. Yeah, we can head that way. Now, I was talking about it a little bit off stream. We have some pretty fun...
Oh, no.
What happened? Oh,
I was mounting my horse and moving forward, and I tried to jump, and
You
it was
were wooding your horse? Pause.
pause. Hilarious.
I feel like that's a very fine way.
It
It's
is.
that's how it's supposed to be used. But yeah, animation locked me out of the jumping.
So,
Sorry, Ethan, didn't mean to cut you off.
no, you're good. Getting cut off is half the fun. So we have some pretty solid banter topics on this show, and some of our others. I occasionally come to the beginning of show with a random topic for us to talk about. And I have one today that I'm really excited by. I introduced it to the person that I live with, and they thought it was very funny. What is the in-world D&D equivalent, Dungeons and Dragons equivalent of truck nuts?
The truck nuts?
What is the D&D equivalent of the truck nut? Don't rush. I don't want throwaway answers. I think we're going to get a good hour of content out of this question. What's the truck nut of the Dungeons and Dragons world? What is it?
So I think we have to discern what makes a truck nut, because
I
it's
found
not
him.
Just
I
food
found
is
him.
fine.
Bill!
Oh yeah, let's go.
What'd you find?
There's a Grace right next to him. I'm gonna do that.
It's fucking Igor, whatever his name is.
Hurry up, because he's yelling.
That's how you know. So that's how you know it's a real balehead. So what makes a truck nut? I think one, it's gaudy. Two, it is upsetting, but funny at the same time. Gaudy, upsetting, and funny, I think, makes a truck nut.
Sorry, where are
So,
you then?
Right-hand side, below the Ellic River Cave, is the Pillar Path Waypoint. It is directly north of the Church of Constellation. It is directly south of Castle Ensis.
Got it.
You guys are making a real Google Maps of me in a way that I appreciate. Sorry, legally distinct maps application of me.
Google.
Here he is.
I'm trying to think of like what it also has to be accoutrement, you know?
Yeah, I think there's the literal version, which is like can you get as close as possible, which is I think what you were going for. And then I think the like spiritual, like the vibe match for the truck nut. I'll start with what I really think is the most emotionally correct. That is a wizard whose spellcasting focus is a big orb. Is like a big orb for no reason. That's truck nuts.
Like a 10-pound orb.
I don't know why, but there's something about a wizard saying, "How should I cast my magic spells?" 5-pound fushigi. That's just, that's truck nuts right there.
I think that we could do it for individual classes, because I think that the truck nut of a barbarian is a loincloth. You don't need to wear that.
Yeah,
it doesn't need to be that.
Choosing to not just go unarmored, but to go loincloth is truck nuts. Yeah, I can get behind that.
Truck nuts.
I think Bard would be just trying to riz everyone.
I'm being invaded by an ancient dragon man, and I would love some help with ancient dragon man. I went to a tower, guys. I ran ahead. I shouldn't have done it, but it's too late now. Or maybe you guys are getting invaded? Does anybody see ancient dragon man?
He got sent back to his world.
Oh no! Yeah, so unfortunately we had to turn off invaders because we were getting invaded too much. And so the in-fiction invaders aren't working, which is kind of a bummer.
Yeah, it's strange that the game can't discern that. Not a mod issue, but a game issue. Like, why even include that?
That's a good question, one that I cannot find the answer. So we haven't done this tower yet. Do we want to do this, or do we want to keep to the Messmer?
Yeah, let's do a little tower
run.
Yeah, so okay. So the barbarian truck nut is the is that okay? I think the artificer truck nut's the gun.
Yeah.
I think if of the 5 artificer options you go with, I would like a gun, please. I think that's your truck nuts. If you're a bard,
I'm dead.
Bard is bagpipes.
Bagpipes is definitely barred truck nuts. Oh,
I died to something else.
this isn't good. Can I say that, Spencer? That this is
We're
happening?
still going, huh?
Okay, so bard, barbarian, artificer, cleric. What's cleric truck nuts?
We have, this isn't the answer, but your personal favorite is a reliquary, which I can get behind. I don't think that's truck nuts. You know, I take that back. Reliquary is cleric truck nuts. Having like a dead hand on your
Definitely
neck,
truck
it's like,
nuts.
yeah, that's truck nuts.
I think reliquaries are the coolest thing anyone has ever come up with. And I would, when I went into that just now, I was like, maybe this is kind of a bit. I don't think it's a bit. I think it might be the raddest thing anyone's ever done.
It's so cool. For the layman on this stream, go ahead and elucidate.
Yeah, so reliquaries have been used a couple of different ways in different cultures, so I don't want to be like overly super duper prescriptive about it, but generically what it is like carrying a bone or body part of somebody on a person, usually in some way to like make it protected and last forever. And the implication is that your prayers, your calls to use whatever occult power will be empowered by its presence. So like the ultimate example for me in Hellboy, the original movies with Ron Perlman, in one of the scenes, Abe has a reliquary of a saint, and it is a pinky bone in a necklace, and it protects you from demons. I think that's just incredibly cool. I don't understand why Martin Luther and his crowd were so anti-saints and anti-bones. I don't get it, because I think that's awesome. I think it's one of the coolest things ever. But it's definitely truck nuts.
If we were different D&D players and we played like years-long home games in a connected world, I would play a cleric or like a paladin or somebody holy in the first arc of that game, and then in the second one, after 10 years had passed or whatever, I would have my second character be a cleric or paladin, whatever the opposite of what I played last time was, and have them use like a bone from the last hero who died in the adventure. Be like, oh yeah, we worship the same god, and he's one of the saints of that religion, so I utilize his strength to carry on his quest.
I mean, that goes
fucking
crazy.
rules.
That's incredible.
We're not those players. We don't play those games, but I would do that.
All right, I found another one of these big, good sites of grace, so we're gonna rest there for a minute.
Sweet.
Burn some
Warlock Truck Nuts is having like a huge death scepter.
Now
with like a skull on it.
It is with a heavy heart because they are one of my favorite classes that I unfortunately do think that the Truck Nuts of Warlock is picking the Warlock class. You're already kind of off in the weeds a little bit.
Yeah, you already made that choice. Where
You know what I think? Actually, I think the Truck Nuts of the 5e Warlock is taking the moon invocation that makes it so that you never have to sleep.
Yeah.
Because it's like, what's that for, man? What are you taking that for?
Creepy.
And the answer is because it's awesome. The answer is because it's cool to think about. Which I can appreciate.
I wonder who would have taken that one.
Every warlock I know is the answer thus far. Takes the invocation of the moon.
I need to rewind. We said Artificer Truck Nut is gun. Artificer's Truck Nuts is truck nuts on your wagon.
Oh, no, you're right. It's duplicate magic item truck nuts. I'm going to go down this part first before we sort of continue. I can't remember necessarily what's down here.
You know what I can't think of a good truck nut for is a rogue. I think their whole thing is being not obvious and gaudy and gauche. So it's like, what's their thing?
Yeah,
you
what
know?
is the rogue?
Snake belt.
I think the rogue...
Snake belt?
Snake belt's pretty good.
I mean, the truck nut is having like 78 gold chains of all of your fallen enemies' loot, right?
Can I make the argument, is it the rapier? Is it the need to have a melee weapon for a powerful melee weapon, even though objectively the best thing to do is to use a longbow from range?
Yeah. Yeah, I see that.
Is it?
Have we gone in that cave?
Probably not. I don't know. Go in it, see if there's a grace. I'm gonna keep running ahead. We discovered off stream, and I'm gonna say this for those of you who play this game in the future with a couple of buds, which I can't recommend enough. This is a blast and a half. There is huge benefit to going in separate directions until somebody hits a site of grace. It pays dividends right away, playing that way.
Yeah, everybody can just meet up that way. What are we missing?
Yeah, so I was trying to go semi-alphabetical so that we could remember. Artificer, Bard, Barbarian, Cleric, Druid would be next.
Ooh, I found a site of grace.
Nice. I think I'm about to find one, maybe. So Druid, Truck Nuts. What do we think is Truck Nuts for Druids?
Truck Nuts for Druids is like being a moon druid and always turning into a bear. Every time you wild shape, you're always a fucking bear. Every time combat happens, you're like, well, I wild shape into a bear. You just do it every 3 seconds because you're a moon druid and that's what you get up to. Otherwise, it's like being the prototypical nature druid, like, I speak for the trees.
Oh, so really putting on your Lorax cap and staying that way. Okay, fair enough. I like that. Druid Truck Nuts. I think I mostly agree. I think the ultimate Druid Truck Nuts is playing an animal that wild shapes into a human.
That's crazy.
People do it on Reddit a lot. Like
I've never heard that before. That's insane.
Yeah, so I think that's pretty. I think that's at least Truck Nuts adjacent.
Yeah.
All right, so A, B, C, D, Druid. I don't think there's any other D classes. E, F, Fighter, Truck Nuts. Fighter, Truck Nuts might be Truck Nuts again.
Fighter Truck Nuts is being a folk hero fighter who defended your town from something. It's every fighter I've ever seen in my life.
You know,
yes.
I hate it when you're right, but I do think you're right on this one. I think you've nailed it somewhat.
I know I am because I've done it 4 times.
Okay, fair enough. I think that's a pretty decisive victory on that one. So that is F. Okay. Am I back at Castle Ensis? Whoopsie daisy.
I don't know what I found, guys.
We have sort of a dearth in the alphabet now.
Yeah,
I'm
you
all the way up to
go
N.
G, H, I, J, K, J, K, L, M, Monk. Yeah, I think Monk is probably next after Fighter then. Right?
Yeah.
Okay. Monk.
You know what one we didn't do?
What?
Blood Hunter.
Oh, being a blood hunter. We already did that once for somebody else, but it's true.
And that's coming from somebody who has played a couple of blood hunters and likes them very much. You are correct. You've got that dead to rights.
I've never seen a non-edgy blood hunter. That's all I'm gonna say. I think you have to be a blood hunter in a similar way to rogue.
The closest you can get, coming from somebody who tried to not be too edgy, is I played a very nice but still extremely edgy one, and I think that's the closest you can get, is a blood hunter who's just not mean, who's like here to help, is like, no, it's unfortunate that this happened, I'm not this is a bummer.
Yeah, things are terrible, but I won't let them get me down. But to get to that point, some bad stuff had to happen still.
Sorry, I'm running around at the speed of sound like Sonic the Hedgehog over here, trying to remember how we got to that area, the one place that we went last time, and I'm hoping I'll figure it out if I keep running. So Monk,
it Castle Ensis?
Yeah, I'm in Castle Ensis. I'm going up the like side thing towards the waterfall, thinking that maybe that had something to do with that.
That's the path.
See, if you remembered Grand, because I'm just making an educated but potentially stupid guess. Okay, Monk, Truck Nuts.
Monk Truck Nuts is just going so, like,
yes,
so deep into the Eastern martial arts aesthetic.
The whiter you are, and the more Eastern, like, practiced the way of Bushido. The harder,
like,
yeah, exactly.
no.
That is you veering into the territory. I think that's pretty. I think that's pretty spot on. Oh, I think I might have. We're seeing. I'm gonna see if this was right.
I think you found it.
Maybe. Who is
What
after,
comes after Monk?
Monk? LMNOP. Paladin.
Paladin is being sworn to, like, the god of the sun.
See, I think we're starting to switch for generic. Hey guys,
Yeah,
the
that's true.
average
We gotta go
truck, I
back.
think we might actually need to revisit some. The average
Yeah.
truck I see,
Doesn't have truck
100% does not have truck nuts on it.
Oh,
Absolutely.
no,
maybe
that-
one in 10.
When you get to Florida, it's getting bigger,
Yeah.
more generic.
Okay. Truck nuts for a paladin.
Is it the like lawful evil? Right? Is it the Oathbreaker?
Oh, yeah, I get what you mean.
Is it Oath of Conquest? The people must be freed from their own choice. Because I also, and this is, listen, and I'm sorry if you're out there and you're a chill dude with truck nuts. I've never met somebody with truck nuts who seems like they would be even kind of a little pleasant to be around for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
And that's a texture here that we need to embrace.
I think that it is more than Oathbreaker. I think it's Oath of Conquest. I think Oathbreaker can be interesting. I feel like Oath of Conquest inevitably sucks shit. I don't know any Oath of Conquest paladins that were fun at all.
Yeah, of the evil and characters that I have thought about playing before, I do think there would be something fun or at least funny about playing an Oath of Conquest paladin who is just straight up the middle, the worst dude you've ever met.
Yeah.
I think there would be. Oh, I forgot about Moon Rathil. Just jump in.
Dump his ass.
I have to heal.
Is there no reticle on for like shooting a bow?
You have to
I don't-
hold L.
Never shot a bow in this
No,
game.
I haven't either. But
So-
there's a thing I had to shoot.
Step 1, make sure you're two-handing the bow.
I am, yes.
And then it should be, if memory serves, L2.
No.
Try L1, see if that works.
Yes, there we go.
There we go. Okay, are there any we need to revisit now that we've sort of recalibrated what qualifies as a truck nut?
No, I think that we were still right about monks.
I think maybe fighter needs a rehash.
Yeah.
Or are you still
I
in?
will hear. I'll hear your arguments. I'm still in on fighter. I think that going with the folk hero, I saved my town from the wolf plague or whatever, is truck nutty. I won't lie.
I think that's more generic, though.
I get it. I just think that it's annoying.
I could go
Because
either way, but I do think the guy who's like, I don't want the long sword, I want katana. It's
Believe.
close. There is something
See-
inherently truck nut about the like what's the I have forgotten the name for this social term. What is it? What's
For
the
what?
thing? Where you do something from another person's culture, not because you think it's interesting or because you want to learn about it, but because you think it is aesthetically,
Appropriation?
shallowly. Yeah, appropriation. I think appropriation has a little bit of truck nut to it. All right, so monks, yeah, again, I think we nailed monk. I think we got monk extremely good. I think paladin we got the, oh no, one of these fools.
Two
Spit up,
things.
get him.
The what I was thinking for the fighter, that's more truck nutsy, less folks hero, is like the person that wants to be guts. The person that takes the sword,
Yeah.
but big sword, dark.
Yeah, I'm jaded, even though I'm the most simple class. I think this is an out of universe answer. This is an in our universe answer. I think that somebody who's played D&D for like 4 years and only picks fighter because they don't feel like doing anything else is truck nuts.
Is
They're like, I don't want to learn how to use magic.
Hey, we did it! This is the Rolana Grace.
Hey!
Great job. All right,
Nice.
Michael, we can go find you in your cave.
Cool. No, there's nothing. It was like it wasn't a full cave. It was just like a pass. What I did find, which is weird, one of those, you remember the worm guys that would shoot like 20 white things
Yeah.
out?
Yeah.
I found one of those guys, like crying at a grave.
That's cool.
Yeah, I've
It's-
seen a couple of them doing that weird, like where they're like upright and some are down.
He's fully just down, like either praying or hands or head and hands crying. But like I hit him once, he's not moving. It's weird.
Guarantee you
weird.
there's a 15-minute video essay about that worm.
Guaranteed.
His name's like Germ.
Okay, so what's Ranger's next.
Picking Ranger. I'm kidding.
Here, let me just find you guys.
I hate to say it because it is objectively the coolest and best Ranger subclass. I think the Gloomstalker is truck nuts. I think being able to see in darkness even when others can't is pretty truck nut. Is the truck nut of it all. Are you guys ready to get our ass kicked 50 times?
Oh
Always.
yeah.
Are we starting with mimics or are we giving it a real
We'll
try?
I think every boss we should give 3 true
Wow,
college
okay.
tries.
I'm in.
For stream, we got it.
Yeah.
When we were playing at our own leisure,
gave up
we
very
did
quickly.
1 try. We said fuck that, and we just summoned our mimics. But we'll do 3.
I'm so tired, I feel drunk. I don't know what that is, but it's something.
I don't know what else would be truck nutty for a ranger. Honestly, choosing any animal companion other than a wolf feels like truck nuts. Anything else?
I like
like,
that. I like that choosing the wolf is the good option. Choosing anything
Yeah, it's
else
like,
is the
come
truck
on,
nuts.
Yeah, I guess, or like a big bird. I could see both of those. Everything else is truck nuts.
Oh my god. Oh, I forgot how immediately bad and fast she is. I'm getting the Spencer treatment.
Get out of there.
So, huge note for you guys. Bosses in Shadow of the Erdtree hate specifically Spencer. They all signed a contract with each other to take it easy on the rest of us.
And just focus me down to death. But this time she's not even looking at me. It's like I'm you. Oh, got that bleed proc, nice.
I'm bleeding.
Get out of there, Michael, quick! Look out!
Oh!
Got the
That
sleeve.
hit me from behind.
Oh, it does a full 360, yeah.
Oh, I hit her still. That's great. Heavy attacks. Remember, heavy attacks. We do more
Those
damage.
are all I do.
I'm... Ooh. Got some spit there. Sorry.
Oh, I'm dead.
It's alright. I got her.
I wonder how you're supposed to dodge those.
Just dodging in the timing is all. Because you almost had it. She only got you with like 1 or 2.
It was the last 2, because I dodged the first one, and then I was stuck dodging as soon as I stood to dodge the next one, but it hit me as I stood. It was rough.
I'm about to die.
You got it.
No. Not even a little. That was... I knew I didn't have it. I was getting slow and... No way.
So we got second phase.
Not today. If it was today by myself, I'd be like, I'm gonna go fight boars. I'm gonna...
Yeah, gonna go level up.
Yeah, okay. Gosh, Ranger Truck Nuts. Okay, that's where we left off. QRS, Sorcerer Truck Nuts. Sorcerer Truck Nuts. I have a very specific, not a physical item, but a personality trait. It is a wild magic sorcerer who gets extremely mad that they do not get to control their wild magic surges. I've had a few of those kick around before.
Yeah, out of universe truck nuts.
Yeah, that's some out of universe. That's some emotional internal sort of spatial truck nut.
Ooh.
Mine's
I
a
might have to
little frozen.
restart.
you
Yep.
frozen?
Last time we just had to give it a few moments, so we're gonna give it a few moments. So we'll keep talking about truck nuts, and then we'll hop off.
I think the issue was I hadn't rested at this side of Grace. I was at the other one, so I summoned in and then teleported, and you guys got stuck.
Oh, okay.
So
let's just jump then.
Yep.
Yeah, let me see if I can. I was gonna say I'll see if I can sever the connection, but just jump and then join in. I'll leave the port open.
Okay. Other significant and worthwhile truck nuts sorcerer. So let's think of a real sorcerer one, either an item or an
Sorcerer
ability
truck nuts,
or a thing.
I think is min maxing your sorcerer points. I think being like if I take silence spell and I mix it with quickened and this, then I'll be able to. I'm like, all right.
Oh, like coffee locking, where you use your maximum levels to buy sorcery points and you keep spamming that so that you have infinite levels. Gotcha.
There's that. It's just like I'm going to use hasten spell along with twin spell, and with those powers combined, I'm like, grow up. Grow up.
Get a job.
Play.
Let him play. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. I think Sorcerer Truck Nuts for me is the real one is taking Draconic Sorcerer and giving your human Sorcerer scales on their face somewhere. It's something that Baldur's Gate did, and I think it's Truck Nuts. I think it's Truck Nuts every time.
It's very fair.
Yeah, it's truck nutty. What's after sorcerer?
Truck nutty.
TUVWs? Are we just wizard left?
And we already got wizard. It's using a huge orb when you could have a wand.
Yeah, big orb
It's
instead of wand.
Fireball.
Fireball. Fireball is the generic truck nut.
Yes.
What we had talked about before. The Nissan Altima.
Great value brand truck nuts.
Yeah.
That's huge. Yeah, big orb wizard is good. And I think that right up there with big orb is like cartoonish giant tome wizard.
Yeah. Oh, you know the other one? The star robe.
So what we're
The robe
saying
of
is,
stars
if you have a
is great.
giant book and a giant orb and blue stars and moons robe, you are a truck nut.
But I think if you do all of those things, I think you go out of the truck nut.
Oh, I
into
see.
something
You
cool.
win. You go back around. We
I
circle
think then-
back to
then
Raz.
it's like fuzzy dice on your dash, and I'm like, yeah, that's timeless. That's classic and cool.
Yeah, that's truck nuts on a 1994 Ford Ranger that is rusted and also has, and you have spray painted flames on it, and you're just like, you know, that dude's living. That dude's living.
You have fully invested, so now it's good.
Yeah, you got me back in. I'm gonna pull up a list of all of the various classes, so we can be sure we didn't miss anything.
I'm stuck at that 99 again.
What the?
Oh
Did you
no.
fully close out and reopen?
Yeah, yeah, I didn't close Steam, but like I task manager.
You know, we might have
closed
just matched at
Elden.
the same time again because I got in, so I might have
Okay.
blocked you.
That's all right. Let's try again.
All right, we did what we think our truck nut votes are. Now I think we should.
Oh no,
go
we're
to
good. We're
what-
good.
Hey. I
Now,
think we should
Just as
do
I was about
what,
to close it.
what is the
what's fantasy
the
truck
Honda
nuts?
Accord? No,
Oh.
what's the
What?
Honda Accord of choices when you're developing your character?
I see. I understand what you're saying, but I
I
think
don't.
the Honda Civic is objectively a more
The Civic. We're hitting the Civic.
a Honda Civic, a Silverado for your first truck, right? This is the most generic, middle of the road. The fighter killed some wolves, or maybe like one bad guy. The fighter killed some bandits, but their wife died, and now they're a tragic folk hero. Blah blah blah, right?
Exactly.
I think cleric of the sun god.
Cleric of the Sun God. Cleric focused on healing, like they're a life domain.
Ooh, can I more specific one? cleric who is continually implying that, like, maybe you're the son of your god, but, like, you know the GM won't let you do it, so you just keep implying it in your backstory. It's like, his father who had golden hair. Like, just, it's like,
yeah, we get it.
yeah, I guess.
She said he flew down in the shape of an animal and took human form. It's like, okay, that could just be a druid. Oh, I missed that one.
All right, so don't try to, like, attack from behind during that, because it's just not going to happen.
No.
Sometimes I forget that I can light attack, because I never do it.
Yeah, I mean, I probably don't help. With the greatsword, it's genuinely not worth your time most of the time.
Oh, I'm dead. We almost got her. You guys might get her. I'm not gonna lie.
We'll see. Why do you always say that?
Because I'm hyping you up. You're my boys.
I have to close. The one thing this fight is making me do, because of how much damage she does, is I keep unnecessarily healing, like, individual hits of damage. Get ready to jump twice.
We
jump
got it.
twice.
We didn't get this last time.
Nope.
Get ready. You have to jump once for each moon and then once for the dash. I did it, which I can't believe.
That was wild.
She's frozen. She's not frozen anymore, just in time for me to get right in her face. Good.
Dang.
She took that extremely personally, that I dodged that moon. She took that. She was like, you think you're going to dodge my moons?
See, when we beat her, she didn't have time to do that, so that's the first time I've ever seen that.
So when the moons come down, it's just like the stomp attacks on those big fire furnace things. So jump, you have to jump once for the first moon, once for the second moon, and then once for her stab.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I've seen that.
You don't necessarily need to jump when she hits the ground. Jump when that wave starts to move.
Yeah. I've been playing a lot of Wukong lately. I just beat a boss that did like the same exact mechanic, but it was so many. It was more than 3. It was like 15 jumps.
Mine's stuck again.
Mine's not stuck.
It showed you. Yeah, you're in.
Okay. So we're doing the Honda Civic.
Bard Honda Civic is Horny Bard.
Horny Bard, loot. You know, right up the middle.
Damn. Leave my ass alone.
This is a contentious topic because some people on the internet disagree with me. The Honda Civic of Barbarian is taking Great Axe, even though statistically Great Sword is just better.
Yeah.
Because you feel like Barbarian should have big axe.
I think it's my Barbarian was from a tribe of barbarians, and I'm the only survivor. And that happens so often. It's like every barbarian I meet. Woo. Michael, no.
Pull. We actually do need to be cautious to pull focus from Michael specifically, because he's got that.
I'm dead.
The blood is so central to our success.
It is a nice proc. She tapped me.
Well, now that I'm not playing, I can continue our Civic discussion. You know, we did Druid with Truck Nuts, where I said it was being a moon druid that constantly spams bear and speaks for the trees. That's Honda Civic.
That was a terrible. I did nothing to help you on that one. I was an idiot.
I believe in you, Michael. You got this.
That's fair. I think the other druid is like just being Radagast is just being like the little critter kind of vibe is another big one. Okay, that's great. Fighter is sword, shield, plate mail. You know what I mean? It's like right up the middle. This is my father's sword. You're just. It's This character is essentially just Link from Legend of Zelda.
Hey, so can you rest really quick? I'm still
dead.
dead. Oh, all right, Ethan. Maybe you rest.
Or I'm gonna solo her.
You got it.
I'm going in, boys.
You got this.
You got no chance, Rolana. She's at full health. And she's in her second phase.
She's not full health on my screen.
Oh, she's at full health on your screen?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
I got it, boys. I'm dead. Yeah.
Alright, who's gonna solo her next?
We already did fight her. A, B, C, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, Monk. Monk?
You know who we missed again? Bloodhunter.
Bloodhunter's not a canon 5e class, right? It's like the additional deal. The Bloodhunter is being Geralt. It's Geralt of Rivia.
Yeah.
It's I have white hair and I was taken from my parents and I learned this at a young age. I'm worried this bit is too mean-spirited. It feels like we're just making fun of the first thing everybody would want to play, and I'm starting to get a little skeeved out by it. I think it might be gross. I was about to go into Monk and be like,
definitely
it's
elitist.
Avatar standing. Like, I don't know. It's something in that range.
I think that the complaint for me is never a first-time player. It's people who have played D&D for a long time and keep going back to these tropes. And it's like, you've already done it before. I think that you can find something more interesting. First-time players, people who are playing like those classes for the first time, I have no complaints. Let that Geralt rip, you know? Play your Avatar stand.
Can I get
I think that if you've played Fighter 100 times and you're playing a fighter again and it's your father's sword, it's like, all right.
The Monk one for me is one that I, as somebody who has GM'd for a lot of random groups and like the library, it's my master was killed, I'm seeking revenge. I hear that from every monk I encounter, is my master was killed by one of his former students. Bonus points bonus points if the student is also your older brother and you hide that from the party until your arc comes up.
Yep.
Remember to dodge. I didn't dodge.
I got hit by the first one, not the second one. Second one killed me. Oh, that's so much damage.
If you're close, it can hit you twice.
Fun.
The thing hits you,
Nice.
and then the actual blade also hits you.
Bleed proc huge.
Woo. Please stop.
Get out of there.
Oh. Where's the moon?
Why are you wishing for the moon?
Because I want to do this. Yes.
I messed up that time and you both nailed it. I feel like a proud papa. This is what Obi-Wan felt like for that whole movie. It's all right. I'm pulling aggro best I can, but be careful.
Oh, get her!
Do not get greedy now.
Yeah. Great.
No, my
necessary, boys.
Can I say something? For going 3 up, well, we know they buffed the shit out of their damage and health. That was hard won.
That was rough.
Brutal. Gosh.
So
we have to go back to talking about truck nuts now.
So I was gonna say I'm Mascus. I love seeing like the power moves and like getting over the power moves and stuff like that. Like when I finally figured out how to dodge roll. Shoot, what's his big man on tiny horse, Radon. When I learned to dodge roll his starfall, his big comet fall attack. Oh, I love that.
I just ran away on my horse. Is there a better way to do that?
That's the better way. I found the frame that you just dodge roll, so you just dodge it.
So that's I think you guys can figure out where we're going. I think you guys can piece together where we're headed. You guys want to go try to duel a monk really quick?
I was gonna say we didn't get to do that when we were just hanging out.
We can head east and see if we can find him quick.
I'm gonna go get the map fragment. You guys go and try and find the monk.
Yeah, let's just head east and see if we can't find him right away.
Cool. I think I know where he is.
Nice.
There's a giant house straight east.
Once you find a Grace, let me know and I'll.
Oh, you think he's up at that like temple looking thing?
Yes.
Okay, let's head that way.
If I had to guess.
Guys, I got so distracted by the pure thrill of beating Rolana that I have no idea what we left off on. What was the last truck nut? Honda Civic, whatever we were talking about.
Yes.
We said monks, and it was about Avatar bounding.
Yes. Or you killed my master, and I will have my revenge. Okay. LMNOP, Paladin.
We got a cave here too.
Paladins, a lot of paladins.
It's hard because it's baked in.
A lot of paladins also clock the this was my father's blade.
Yeah. I love paladins, so it's harder for me to be like the Honda Civic of choices.
You also are a big proponent of this is my father's sword. I got it when I saved our village from a hellhound that was accidentally summoned by a foolish necromancer.
Yeah, we're making fun of these choices. I love driving a Honda Civic in my D&D games.
It's the best
smooth ride.
It's the best car to drive. The replacement parts are cheap.
Yep. I can always make a fighter who inherited his father's sword, you know?
Okay.
Easy,
but so genuinely looking at the paladin, I think that you hit it pretty hard earlier, which is like, I am a paladin of Sol, the great god of the sun. My oath is to that god, right?
Yeah.
I think that really, because what it shows often, people who are playing the Honda Civic or paladin are kind of mishmashing with cleric. Where like they swear to a god,
and it's like, yeah, it's not you more swear to the ideals, but yeah, exactly.
I did find a Grace. It's not where we want it to be.
Yeah, but I see a couple of rope bridges that are looking awfully come fight a monk. So, I almost just jumped to my death. 100% almost just jumped to my death. Whoopsie doo.
You keep exploring that. I'm gonna explore this path.
Great.
Just to see what's going on, because this is kind of cool over here.
Oh, there's jars down here. You guys remember the jars?
Jars. Alexander?
I wish Alexander was in this.
I'm surprised he's not.
He's dead.
He's canonically dead now, right?
Yeah, which is too bad. The right option is killing him in that fight. I wish there was another Alexander, because isn't that like the thing? When one of them becomes the warrior jar, they become Alexander the warrior jar.
Yeah, it's his there's a whole quest
right.
line. It's his nephew.
Yeah. So I wish his nephew would show up. That would rule.
That would be cool.
What did I stumble upon?
I don't think there's a way for me to get that fragment, so I will be joining you all.
Alright.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just kind of spinning my wheels as well. I keep running into these, like... I keep running into those things that should let your horse jump, but they're not active, and there's like a shell over it, and I can't figure out how to get those to work.
Ooh. I did find...
That's a weird place.
Cool name.
The thing that I just found? Yes.
Telu's Ruined Forge, as names go, pretty tight.
Yeah.
If
This
Telu's
is... I'm not exploring that any further. That is somewhere that we should explore.
Oh, I just teleported. Let's go do it.
I found a boss.
Oh, did you?
Oh,
I did. I'm gonna go for
All right. Yeah, well...
I'm going for it.
I wanna go for it too.
There's nowhere to teleport.
It's like a field boss. It's like an elite. It's not
Oh.
even. It's I got it. Maybe.
Once you're done, just teleport over to where I'm at Telus.
You're supposed to come out just to see where you teleported into.
Let me take a look.
My timing in this has been very embarrassing for somebody that is being solo watched by our
I just look at
thousands of
this.
dedicated viewers.
But just where you entered into is just cool.
Yeah, that place looks crazy.
Womped. 3 blessed bone shards, whatever that is.
Oh, I can. Oh, I need to level up.
You didn't level up yet?
No,
Wah,
I
wah.
forgot about leveling.
That's
We don't
sad.
need levels. We're just that good. I don't know if you guys can tell by our gameplay, but yeah, we don't need levels. We
They
just do it for
watch
fun.
me get my ass completely destroyed.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen Ethan play, but he's pretty good, so he doesn't need levels either.
There's another one of those bosses. There's 2.
Are we sure they're bosses?
They're like field bosses. That's what they call them in the like.
Yeah, I was just making fun of you. Find 2 right away.
Like the 2 tree sentinels in base game, that was hilarious. The first time I encountered them, I was like, "Come on!" I'm trying to think. Warlock Honda Civic is made a deal with the devil, and now you're trying to get your soul back.
That's fair. I got the Iris of Oculation.
Ooh,
What's that?
it's the iris that makes you see.
And I got America's
Like irises.
Rune. Used to gain 80,000 runes.
Ew.
Place on the eye of another to deny them light in all its forms.
Oh,
What are
Just
they?
that.
What are they on? You know what I mean? What are you talking about?
What do I do with this?
think you cursed one of us.
I think you placed it on another person's eye to deny them light forever.
I know, but that means there's like a thing coming up.
Is it equipable?
I hope not. I got Mesmer Soldier Ashes. That's pretty tight.
That was really cool.
Now I'm climbing
Because
up
if it's
stairs.
equipable, that probably means it like shines light on secrets, or it takes away light to show secrets.
Yeah.
If it's equipable.
Let me scoot around a little bit, see if I find anything else major before I'll click it and see what it says. It says use.
That might be something we want to look up really quick.
Yeah, maybe we hit a quick Google.
Yeah, I'll do that.
What's it? I'll pull it up while
Okay.
you get over
It
here. What's
is
it called?
Iris of Occultation. ACCULTATION. Occultation.
All right.
This
Elden Ring
continues
guide.
to make me think that you and I are putting too much work into dungeon mastering.
The Iris of Occultation is a consumable found in the Shadow of the Earth Tree expansion, obviously. It can be consumed to activate the power of a great rune, but its main use is that it can earn you unique items during 2 specific quest lines. So you can get items.
You two are being attacked because you used a Site of Grace and those like field boss guys came back and they think you're real and are attacking your fake bodies,
Oh, nice.
Oh, fun.
which I wanted to say because I think it's hilarious.
It is.
Where are you on the map?
Me?
Yeah.
I'm climbing a big tower.
Hell yeah.
I don't know where I am.
got
I can't open the
3
map
levels.
yet. I'm at the Fort of Reprimand. And I'm about to open a
What?
chest.
Is Evocation Wizard the most civic of them all?
The most Honda Civic, yes. I thought you meant in
Yeah.
terms of like civic duty, and I was like, buddy, no. I was like, not at all. Spencer, no, man.
I feel like they can do a lot of good.
Where are you
for
guys?
Their constituents.
North.
The northernmost
north.
race.
Ancient Ruins Base?
No,
Taylor's Ruin
Taylor's.
Forge. Is it not there for you?
Oh, I have to glitch the camera to get it, but I did it.
Oh.
You're beyond the map as far as my game is concerned.
Nice.
I think that's enough civic talk. I think the only way to make it more fun would be to give a little spin on those things to make it interesting.
There's a version of this I want to return to, which is there's I think a little untapped ground in Truck Nuts. So, step away from the classes. You're playing Dungeons and Dragons. What is Truck Nuts? What do you see in D&D and you go Truck Nuts? Truck Nuts? What's like fantasy, or you're reading a book, right? It doesn't need to be D&D. What is like the fantasy one that comes to my mind? Dragon wings on helmet.
Truck Nuts.
Dragon wings on Truck Nuts. On helmet, Truck Nuts. Dragon wings on Truck Nuts. Wait a minute. I have a $1 million business idea.
Let's go.
Boobs on armor. That's Truck Nuts.
Yeah. I think a Sword in the Stone is Truck Nuts.
Sword in the Stone. See what I mean? Like, they are... Sword in the Stone is debated. Again, I think Sword in the Stone might be a Honda Civic.
Yeah.
I could be argued either way, though. Smith's an infinite throwing axe. Guys, I don't want to change my whole play style.
Too late. And we've done this place before, and we learned that going all the way down...
This is a different one.
This is a different one, though.
It was?
So it's a shame if somebody does this. Made it.
I'm gonna get
Later, nerds.
Oh, is there something? Oh, yeah, there's something there, Spence, huh?
Huh? Yeah, there's some down here. I'm going for it. Yeah! Fuck! I died.
Gas down. You know where you won't miss it from, Spence? Down here.
I ran in one of those big goals. This is not going to be good.
Evil King is Truck Nuts, but again, that's Honda Civic. I keep going back to Honda Civic.
You're really having some trouble with the prompt here.
Yeah, I can't think of anything gaudy. I think that I conflate gaudiness with unoriginality in my mind, and that's just not true.
I'll go with another historically impossibly large throne. Like a throne made of enough metal that it would just destroy the economy of whatever kingdom made it immediately.
Yeah. Michael, you got any?
Oh, it booted me.
Oh. I think, yep, it booted me too.
Bummer.
Are you still
I
listening?
kicked you guys because I'm tired of not being able to think of anything gaudy enough.
You know what? Let's do this. Michael, you and I are uniquely qualified to chime in on this. No sessions found. I do think you kicked us on accident. I think that you ended that somehow.
Weird.
So I try to reopen the world, maybe. What are some Spencer Mayo campaign Truck Nuts?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell you
Not Honda Civics. I'm looking for Truck Nuts.
Truck Nuts?
I have Spencer Mayo's favorite fantasy truck nut, and it is tree so big it would collapse under the weight of its own self by any terms of natural gravity. There's a big tree in just about every, and that's not Honda Civic. That's not Honda Civic. You don't see that in a normal fantasy world.
Not everywhere.
A tree that ascends into the heavens and is immediately problematic is a specific kind of jamski.
It's funny, I've never thought about it, but I do throw those in because I like the idea of there being a way naturally to get to the heavens that the gods despise and for whatever reason they can't get rid of.
I was gonna say it's definitely Civic, not Truck Nuts. Demons. It's always demons.
I always there's some demons.
It's always devils.
This is neither. This is a pet peeve. I have never met a group of people who are fully incapable of remembering the difference between demons and devils as hard as everyone we play with, except for me.
I know a Honda Civic for me is the true villain was blank all along, being like the rich or the powerful, the people who were meant to be good failing. That's a huge Honda Civic for me. Oh,
Which is
jumped to my
funny.
death.
I don't think of you as a super anti-cap guy in your
No.
daily life, and then 1 millimeter of fiction, you are put in charge of 1 ounce of fiction, and you're like, the bad guy is money. Like, it's the first
The
thing.
rich.
It's funny to know that on an internal level, the soul of Spencer goes, I know what's wrong with the world. And on the external level, you're like, I'm just trying to get by, man.
Yeah, I think that the real villain for me is always
Found something cool
Uh,
as shit.
a lack of responsibility, like a decided lack. It's choosing against morality in favor of selfishness. And a lot of times that happens to be for money or for your own like edification or whatever.
I love that the
Um,
truest, evilest thing in your mind is not returning the shopping cart. Is somebody who
Exactly.
fails like the
It's-
most basic
that's it.
principle.
All of my villains are people who wouldn't return the shopping cart. And that's true every time, baby. So that's my Honda Civic.
My Honda Civic lately has been, why did they turn to evil? They wanted power and killed people to get it.
Yeah.
That's become my new one, because I used to be a very, like, every villain. I used to be a big, like, somebody posted this online somewhere on, like, Twitter. They were like, if you have bandits in your world and you can't explain that through the socioeconomic state of the world, it's bad storytelling. And every time I read that, I go, Elon Musk didn't have a big sad thing happen to him. He just wants money and power. Most people who do terrible things for money and power do them because they want money and power. That is the beginning, the middle, and the end of their whole thing. There's no big
Yeah.
secret. There's no, my dad was a cop and now I want to get back at society. No, it's like, I wanted a bunch of money and I didn't want to get a job, and so I stabbed a guy in Tallahassee, and now I do that for money. It's like 70% of the time.
Yeah, you know what rules? Having money. You know what'll rule even harder? Having even more money. That's rich people.
Two things. I don't think I think we still
You still
can't
can't
get
join?
in.
Yeah, we can't.
No, something bad happened.
I'm just derping around now.
I mean, my internet's not. I'm gonna end my session and then restart Elden Ring.
Sure.
Second one, I saw a clip, and Ethan and I have talked. Spencer and I have a little bit, and we won't get political because this is a gaming channel, all that fun stuff. I saw a very fun.
I do not represent our company in this capacity necessarily, but fuck fascism and anyone who supports it. I'll get political. That's not politics. That's wanting humanity to continue.
Oh, sure.
That's for the business. TTRP guy stands against fascism.
Fascism?
so
Oh, definitely.
We're good. We're good to say that. But continue.
This is more of an anti-capitalism skit.
There you go.
It was the skit was the whole point. It was a very rich man who went to a bank and he's saying, I keep on putting money in, but the numbers aren't going up. And the teller goes, oh yeah, a law was just passed. You can't have more than $50 million in your bank account. And he got but I want more money. And the teller just goes, is 50 million not enough? Is 50 million not enough to not be able to spend in a lifetime? And just a whole bunch of that. It was just funny, and I like the idea of putting caps on how much.
It's so funny where it's like we'll keep track of the number, like a high score, but but it doesn't change anything. Like you don't get to keep the money. You just know that you made that much more. Is pretty funny.
Yeah, and the rest of the money goes to charity, goes to poor,
And it
goes to
can't be
humanity.
your charity, rich person. I know. I know you started the rich guy charity for rich people. You don't get to take that money again. I
Yeah,
opened the world again. Did it work?
I'll
that's
tell you
right.
in a second.
And I'm not a big history buff, but I think that in like World War One or I think it's World War Two, there's something very similar to that happened, and we got like a huge amount of prosperity.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt loved nothing more than taxing people. That was his favorite thing to
This is
do.
true.
He
lived for
liked
that.
national parks and he liked taxing people. That's about it.
And he
I
liked
said
the
right
parks.
Roosevelt, right? Yeah.
No, well, that's both of them because Teddy is Franklin's like great uncle.
Mm.
And you know how they got the parks? With taxing the rich.
Yeah.
I'm in.
I'm trying to think of like how did we get on this? We're talking about truck nuts and civics and Spencer's worlds. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I would like to open this for me, but our poor listeners have never visited one of my realms of fantasy, so it would be a little one-sided, unfortunately.
I'm trying to think of another truck nut for me. World-ending catastrophes happening like every few weeks.
That's a truck nut. That's a truck nut a little bit. Okay, got me there.
Definitely my truck nut.
Well, I think with your Theros playthrough, I think you wanted the world to burn, and we just kept on stopping it.
Here's the thing. I was prepared for the world to end and have the like post-apocalypse be what you were trying to work through.
Tell me the Smith script shield is just Captain America.
Oh yeah. But you guys kept you did that shit. You kept it moving, you know? You stopped all those plans and plots of the various irresponsible gods.
It was so fun. This is not a truck nut. This is in the midst of our game of truck nuts. This is a rose for Spencer's Worlds. There's something so effective about you being like, play people who are founded and live in this world, and then putting us in this like on the verge of the post-apocalypse where it's like, you're going to work incredibly hard because it only takes a little apocalypse for your entire world and all the people you love to be destroyed forever.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna be. There's this like fantasy thing that they do. This is actually I'm gonna softball this because this is me gently, Michael. What happened, buddy?
Oh, I got run up by 3 of those golems, and I think it was 8 of those fire slimes.
Oh, I see where you perished. That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I got some good stuff down there. I don't have enough souls to be upset, so I'm all right.
Yeah, it's I'm gonna have to throw a little bit of shade at the newest season of Critical Role. In the newest season of Critical Role, there's this thing where like the big tension, I guess spoiler alert, is just that there's a guy who's like, the gods suck, I want to get rid of them. And it's made incredibly clear that that process will be hugely destructive and will result in the death of thousands. And several of the players in character are like, but I don't care about the gods. And I'm like, yeah, I don't care about Mount St. Helens. But if it erupts...
I would do everything in my power to stop Mount St. Helens from erupting.
I don't care about Mount St. Helens, but if it goes up, like 20,000 people die.
Yeah. Ooh, there's a lever to pull.
I died to 2 of those constructs while desperately...
What's moving?
Weighted
The
with
big
souls,
pipe.
Oh, it's reversing.
Now it's going down.
Is it going
It's
down?
yelling timber.
I think that's your only real... I don't think you have a lot.
No, it's definitely reversing.
I think you have a lot of truck nuts.
Yeah. Unfortunately my worlds aren't so expansive and like well thought out that I have a bunch of like
the exact
gaudy
midpoint between a Honda Civic and a truck nut for you is you put once every few minutes you open up a book to a random page to choose what the next bad guy should be, but the book is just a giant blank notebook that says it's Lancelot from It's Lancelot. And just says that on every page 5 times. It's the good guy
That's
from
not a
Act 1 who's now a bad guy.
Yes.
Because they were possessed or drank a potion or
Yep.
were tricked or...
Possessed, drank a potion, tricked, loved power too much. It kicked your asses again.
It didn't kick me.
I left. I froze. I was
Word.
trying not to grind stream too much down. So I probably should have just been like, my thing.
That killed me.
So yeah, that's a bit. You just love that archetype, the Lancelot.
Now,
Lancelot calls to you in a way that I can respect.
I think
I do an
wrote
almost
that-
identical thing, but with its revenants.
Yeah.
There's a revenant. I got to be honest, guys. Once every 2 arcs, there's a
Gotta throw
revenant in
in.
there.
I think that trope-wise, I rely on some classics. I have a child that relies on the party because I think that always gets people locked in pretty good.
Now, when you moved that, you did make it so that I couldn't get to the souls that I lost.
Yeah.
But that's okay. You know, we live
Yeah.
and we learn. Who cares?
I'm sort of stuck in this weird spot, too. And I can't tell... Oh, Michael's fighting. I can't tell... I gotta wait.
Sorry.
Oh, there's stairs. Never
I
mind.
found the lever. I
found my
cannot
way
pull
out.
the lever.
I'm going to run down to the base of this magma tower.
I'm leaping. Woo! I'm going down with you. Is there anything down there?
I can't tell.
There's that opening.
I'll see if you can actually go in there. I doubt it.
You got this.
Nope, just
Ah.
for fun.
There's
Is
nothing
it the
there.
top that we have to use?
Yeah, maybe. Oh, maybe it's like between levels now. That's a good thought.
No, no, no.
Did you just fall?
Yeah. No.
It happens to the best of us.
Spencer, what's the joke about jumping in Elden Ring that you always say?
Oh, fallen ring.
Oh, yeah, Spencer. We have to try to get back there if I had to guess. How are we going to do that? Can we get on our horses in here?
Can't
No.
summon.
Oh, it's over here. It's over here. Jump this way
Let's go.
and then wrap around the left.
Hi, friends.
Thank God you saw that because I was just gonna jump.
Oh, this is the entrance. Wah, wah. That's the entrance.
So there's...
I think we just need to explore this like normal people instead of like maniacs running to different corners. I'm just gonna go left hand.
I feel like
Oh,
we did explore.
lame.
Did you jump over to the left side from here?
We jumped to the right. Well, I guess it depends on what angle you're talking about.
Very
From the
fair.
entrance, we jump to the left. From the pipe, we jump to the right.
Okay. Let's see what happens when we jump to the left.
All right, I think we've run the full. I used another Crimson Tears for no reason.
Hmm.
I don't think there really is anything in here. It's just to get stones, I believe.
I found that one axe, and we said that about the last place, and then we found it. I'm just gonna keep looking.
Yeah.
I think we just need to slow down. I think we're rushing a little.
I'm American.
Did you examine altar?
No.
I didn't.
See, we got Taylor.
Whoa.
Talon Goldsmith and Ancient. There we go. Yeah, and once I did that, that gave me the return to entrance.
Oh, okay. So that was the end.
Yeah. I can
Oh, that's
reverse the pipe if anyone needs it.
I'll just teleport back to the entrance.
Please reverse the pipe so that I can go get my runes.
All right.
Fair enough, fair enough.
I want my runes back very much.
Verily. For all the people at home who are watching this Elden Ring stream, if you're thinking about playing D&D or DMing D&D, definitely do it. It's a lot of fun. And the point I'm about to make is rely on tropes. It will make your life so much easier.
And it's Go ahead.
And they're tropes for a reason. They're fun and they're good. And that goes back to the whole Honda Civic class selection. They're still tropes for a reason, because they're fun and good. You can be a Honda Civic fighter if you want.
Also, it's easy after the fact to be like, I do that a lot. In the moment, we're like, no, the Baron Villian von Vickens is a bad guy. Like, every time we're still like, no way. Victor von Bracken's a bad guy. Every time.
A man with a snake staff is evil? What? The god of the sun is the bad guy? Yep.
The other thing I was gonna say is, anyone that does DM or plays DM, let us know what your truck nuts are.
Yeah, what's the
tell us your truck nut.
Look deep into your heart and tell us what your truck nuts is.
Everyone's got a truck nut.
I do want to say we dodged it because they wouldn't necessarily know, but I'm gonna ask. Out of context, so don't go. We don't need to spend like 40 minutes on it. What's the Ethan campaign truck nut? Do we have one? We mentioned one. I self-doxed a Honda Civic, and then we moved on. I was just curious, do we have one? Because I will be GMing an upcoming session at some point. I'm curious. Do we need to keep an eye out for any of these particularly nefarious trucking nuts?
I feel like your worlds are pretty well varied in a way that makes it so there's not one that I can, like... That comes up a lot, and it's gaudy / atrocious in some way. I feel like they're well developed. This is why
we can't do this. Spencer's like, I can't say anything mean on stream.
I'm racking the brain. And here's the thing: you're going to be running the next game, so if I give away your truck nuts, then everybody's going to be like, "Oh, this is that truck nut coming up." You have things that you here's your truck nut. It's recycling things from games that have never experienced them into worlds where it might not make sense. Where it's like, I didn't get to use this in another campaign. I'm throwing that shit in this campaign for sure.
The number of my campaigns that have big archers with modified joints made of metal is all of them. Because I wrote a stat block when I was 19, and I was like, this is good. I'm going to use this in every campaign for the rest of my life.
And it is good. That's the best thing about truck nuts, is they are good.
See, the problem is, normally those things I use once per group. But you're in all the groups, so you see the real cross-section of it. Like, I run a game for a local library, and I do the big archers, and they're like, what?
Whoa!
That's hilarious. I love that. All right, I think we need a new... Oh, killed by a rando? That sucks.
Let's go find Messmer.
Yeah, let's...
We named this session Messmer-ized, so we need to get to him.
How are we doing on time? Oh, we're actually doing okay. It's 9. What's our cutoff? Are we trying to go until like 10?
Oh no.
10 is the cutoff.
All right, so we're probably not beating Messmer tonight, but we can get.
I think we're getting him. Do you know how to get there?
Yeah, but there's a lot of shit to do. We have to get through that whole library. Remember?
Yeah, vaguely. You remember I said I don't remember things too good. This is one of those times.
All right. I want to know what's my truck nuts as a player. So I know a Honda Civic of mine.
What's your Honda Civic?
Names. I never remember names.
That's true.
I make that a character flaw.
Yeah, it's a thing that your character does, so you don't have to worry about it. That is true. I think that your truck nut is making very strong character choices early on that you then have to live with for the next 2 years of your life that you don't want to deal with. You're like, yeah, this is going to be his voice. And you're like, oh, no.
I had a great time with Barry's voice. I thought Barry was fun.
I think
Judge
that's kind of
was
a universal
so hard
truck nut.
for your vocal cords. Barry was rough on the vocal cords, but not even voices, just big
right.
character decisions.
Everybody go back to the High Roads Cross.
I cannot. My game is frozen.
Oh no.
That's unfortunate. See, the problem is player truck nut.
My player truck nut is having to make my character the highest charisma possible, even if it doesn't make sense, because I be yapping. I talk to everybody in these games, so if I have low charisma, it doesn't work. Are you still? Oh, you left. Nice.
Yeah.
Now wait a minute. Now wait a second. Now I have one from a GMing perspective, but we all need to be very chill in the space right now.
Who's it for?
It's for Michael.
Okay.
That's fine.
Michael, your player Trucknut is pushing super hard for a personal quest and then not doing the goddamn person and then not giving a shit about the personal quest when it comes up. You do that every time. You're like, I must find out who my father is. And then you find out and you're like, bye, Dad. And you leave.
I'm out of here.
You do that shit every time. That is one. Because it's so, what it is it's so much more satisfying to be looking for the quest. And then once you get it, you're like, oh, it's a guy? You're like, oh, it's just Tom?
Mm-hmm. That's very fair. I stand by that. It's about the journey.
I mean, it's kind of realistic, which I enjoy about it, right? There is a very real, like, I want this thing, I want this thing, I want this thing, you get this thing, and you're like, oh, that was one step in a very long path that I have now pointed on in the rest of my life.
My GMDM truck nut that I'm trying to work on is I have one too many big bad guy reveals every time. I'm like, I did too much. I had too many. I needed to pull back by one.
You have one too many, and there's this bad guy.
And I'm like, ugh. And I do it, and then we're like 3 sessions deep into it, and I'm like, I did too much. I shouldn't have had that many bad guy reveals. Really, the one pulling the strings was this one. But behind the scenes, there was extra strings you didn't know about.
At least
like, right.
the version of that is much worse that you don't do is when you do it and it is a random man.
Yeah,
when you
I try and loop it in.
And it's someone that we're like, who? Like, when?
What are you talking about?
And it's just like some random motherfucker who has never come up in the whole campaign, and you're like, it's this guy?
And the reasoning, which I'll give to all of our prospective DMs out there. What the hell? What great rune just broke?
Nicholas.
Oh, sick.
I'm at the castle.
Oh, nice.
I'm gonna get to that first sight of grace.
Yeah, hit that up and I'll teleport to
you. And for anybody in chat now or in the future who's like, I can't believe Ethan would spawn. We saw it all already.
Yeah.
Get out of here. Get out of here.
All right. For our prospective DMs out there, I think that the reason I do it is because I want to feel like the players are still surprised even towards the end of the game, which I think is good. But at a certain point, the surprises need to stop, and it needs to be clear what the party is doing. So when you're putting on your DM hat, be like, okay, these things will be revealed. They'll discover this. They'll move on to this. They'll get to that and this, and then maybe the last, few months of session should be surprise free, and it should just be like, yeah, we're doing that.
Hey, you know what I think it is? I think there's a temptation every time you jump arcs to unveil a new boss. And I think that's very natural. I think a lot of people do that. The problem is when you're playing like long streamed campaigns, level up slowed down so much that you feel like you should do another one because it's been the right number of episodes, but not much about everybody's situation has changed.
No.
And so you end up with this weird spot where it's like, I feel like I should do something, but it's only been a couple days. Like, what other evil, nefarious dude had the time, right, to jump in and be like, and it was me? Like,
The only thing I'll never apologize for is the changeling being the revealed bad guy 3 times.
I gotta tell
think
you,
that is the funniest thing.
I gotta tell you, it was hilarious and perfect because the real fear of any moment the next bad guy being the changeling again that you instilled in me was obscene.
Oh yeah.
Is it the Shadowkeep main gate that we're teleporting to?
Yes.
Yeah, we're about to fight that
Yeah.
stupid thing again. I'm just leveling up a bunch first. Yeah, I think that's fair. I'm trying to. I can't think of. The problem is sometimes one thing about it that is interesting is you do seed it in the world, and sometimes that does make me after the fact feel like a dipshit. Like when you ran Curse of Strahd and it turned out to be Asmodeus, it was like kind of obvious in hindsight.
You're like, damn.
But so you feel like a dumbass. Like you're like, how did I not even a little pick up on that? Like, because when you look back at it, you're like, oh yeah, no, that was kind of cute. You kind of hinted at that a lot, huh?
Yeah. That one was the one that I really think about when I'm like, I did too many bad guys. Because I was like, it's really cool, and I think in a story it would make sense. But I think for players, it's like, okay, so we've got Strahd, he's the bad guy. And then it's like, oh, there's this thing called Vampire that he's also struggling with. And it's like, yeah, sure. And it's like, okay, that's cool, so we have to deal with Vampire as well.
I forgot about
like,
Vampire being in that game.
And then it's like, and then Asmodeus was the real villain. It's like, okay. All right, brother. Like, you did it a little too much. Cool in universe and in story, not great as a player. Interacting with them.
My loose rule on that is you can have lieutenants, and you can have the general, and you can have the president. You fight a bunch of lieutenants, and then you get to fight the general, and the general's usually still a bad guy, but then there is usually the president. There's usually the person calling the shots for what the general does and does not do.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm dead.
That's right. No bleed proc.
I got bit. What's that? What's the audio? I got bit. I'm being destroyed. I'm being defeated.
Fight of 87.
He's kicking my ass.
Dude just keeps biting.
He ignored again. This giant hippopotamus was just like, I'm gonna go after Spencer. Please stop. I do not hate this fight, but I would not say I am having a great time.
I'm having a grand time right now.
Get his ass! Keep jumping him! Yeah!
Yes.
I can't believe we got that first run.
First run, baby. Let's
I'm
go.
baffled. That's
We're gonna
awesome.
rest. Come on back to us, Michael.
Sweet.
Come home, my son.
I was in hell.
It was hot.
Can you imagine if they were like, you go to hell. What? You're evil. You've been bad the whole time. All right, that has to
I
be
thought I already was in hell. No.
that has to be enough endurance. What are we doing here?
How much endurance you got?
Oh, also, in that same vein of that note, limiting your campaign to something like 12 to 15 episodes, which is what we're doing for our current arc and Monster of the Week, I think really limits your ability to be like, there's a 17th secret bad guy.
Mondays, 7:30.
Mondays at 7:30. View the Prince of Charming, our Monster of the Week actual play. So that does limit your ability to be like, and there's 17 more reveals
There's another
handy.
guy.
It's like there might be 1 or 2 reveals, maybe. So that helps. We already kind of got to one reveal. I'm not going to do any spoilers for anybody who hasn't watched yet, but the party definitely found some stuff out just a minute ago.
That's true.
Oh.
You know what it is?
But
You know what?
I'm an
Actually, I
FBI
take it
agent.
back. Spencer, you know what your truck nuts is?
Yeah.
Continuing to play Dungeons and Dragons for no reason.
Yeah, I love D&D.
For those of you who don't know outside, we've talked about this before. Spencer is brilliant at is good at D&D. He has a real unnatural knack for like every other game in the world, but that siren song keeps calling him back.
One day I'll be just as good at D&D.
But they're coming out with 5.5, so like
Maybe I'll be good at that.
Main gooch.
stop this.
Man, Gooch, what the hell? Should we go down there?
Yeah.
It's gonna trigger an NPC boss fight that we can't fight because we're turned off
Oh.
invaders.
You know, I bet there's something cool in there.
There's an invader we can't fight. That's a cool thing. Got his ass.
All right. So I brought a topic for the first 2/3 of stream. What are we talking about next?
This isn't really even a topic. This is just a reality that I sometimes ponder. If anybody found my playlists while we were playing Theros for my world building Theros playlist, it would have given everything away if you were trying to study anthropologically my thought process. Like, you're like, all right, these songs have already been used. Like, if you were halfway through the campaign, you'd be like, these ones were so obviously used. There's like references and thematic similarities between these songs and these songs. So these haven't been used. What sounds like the thing we're approaching? And it would straight up give away huge portions of the game. And I think that that's hilarious. If anybody took the time to listen to my Spotify playlist, you would know upcoming events.
The fact that you do it for all your games, but the fact that for your ancient Greek game you used straight up muse physics is you gotta know how absolutely goofy that is.
Yeah. And it worked great. I love using music for my world building. Me and Ethan have different styles of world building. Mine is
That's true.
purely auditory hallucinations. I'll be driving the car and I'm like, time to turn on my world building playlist, and I'll just visualize cool events that might happen. Ethan, what's your process?
There's two different ones for two different aspects. I verbally out loud for encounters that I think are going to happen. I try to not get too prescriptive because you guys do wild shit all the time. For encounters and conversations that I think are going to happen, I talk to myself out loud in the car in the different voices for the different characters, which is, I assume, quite unnerving if you're next to me in traffic. And then when I get where I'm going, I will write down the best of those ideas, and I will not write down the ones that in hindsight seem tacky. For creating the world and like planning adventures and stuff, I prepare 5,000 times as much as you will ever or could ever encounter under any circumstances.
Oh, here, come here. I found this secret last time, and you guys didn't get to see it.
Oh, let me see.
Going here, and then over here,
What the hell?
and then
is this?
here, and then there's a lever.
Whoa.
I thought that was the coolest thing ever. That
What
little
does it do?
it gives us this little area, and we can get back through there. I think there was something in here.
There is. There's the Bolt Drake Talisman +3
Yes.
to block lightning damage.
There you go.
Nice.
I just thought that was a cool little shortcut.
That's
So,
sick.
like, for example, for an example for you, think Spencer, in our home game right now, I know the name of the leader of every faction in the Spring Court. I know their guardians' names. I know the names of the 5 people that are the closest to being lieutenants for each of them. And I know what each of those 5 people do. And I know the 3 most important locations in each domain. And 1/100th of that might come up if I'm lucky. So the answer is I waste a huge amount of time for the payoff of you guys asking a question and me being able to answer you almost every time. You still take me totally by surprise on occasion, and I'm like, its name's Pimbles. Like, and I am, it's hopeless, but most of the time it is actually in a dock that I just have to take a few moments to go find, usually.
I think we couldn't be any different of DMs if we tried. Which is funny because we're best friends and we've been best friends for like almost 2 decades. But our style is so wildly different for prepping. I don't think our like storytelling is really that different.
But what I do like is our play styles are built for each other's DMing styles.
Yeah.
Like when I'm playing in your games, want to make things true. And usually that just pans out. I'm just like, hey, can this be true? And you're like, thank God. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. It's definitely true.
And in my games, you're the first one to be like, tell me the tale of the mountain of the Ersat Eye. And it's
this
like,
will come up, I know.
and it's like 4,000 years. And inevitably there is a wizard somewhere who can tell you exactly about it.
And if I was a player in my game, I would kill me. I would strangle me. Like, don't ask me that question. I don't have an answer.
What it is, something that I would love for us to do in both of our campaigns, that like some games encourage you to do that I've most GMs really balk at, but that I think is really good, is saying you guys arrive at a new location. Players, each of you tell me one thing about the location.
That's fun. That sounds like we gotta do that. Very
doing
fun.
That. It led to in another. So this is a time where I think Michael, if memory serves, can relate to me on this. R.I.P. to Campaign's original Star Wars run on the One Shot Network. An incredible show that ended. I weep every day for that show coming to an end. They came up with the setting for their next adventure that way, and they ended up at Bike Week, BKKE, the Bounty Hunters Kidnapping and Killing Expo.
Yep.
Which was just a giant expo of bounty hunters by like you're going to a job convention, but it's all bounty hunters looking at like new guns or whatever. I've just unlocked Storehouse, 4th floor.
Going there right now. I'm also going to rest because I have like no choice. Oh, I have a level up too.
I do that in our home games. Maybe I will try to do it in our streamed games. You both are absolute champions at that because neither of you even need to think about it. You just immediately hop
Improv
on in a way that is pretty fun.
Oh, good. I think
the improv pro bros, if you will.
I think two things. All of us have done D&D for a long time, so improv, we're pretty good at improv. The second thing, I think our show is really good at improv. Just
DM
coming up with so many just wild things on the spot, just without very little thought.
DM Writer's Room has made me want to play the microscope RPG with you guys really bad.
I don't know what that is.
I bought it. This is that makes sense. I pitched it to you guys like forever ago. I bought it like 2 years ago now. Microscope is I put game in big air quotes. It's a game where you create like a full history and world by one at a time as a group, like writing the history and adding events and moments and people by like putting note cards down and adding stuff each time you put a note card down.
It's our type of game.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Sounds like it.
Yeah, it's right up it's right up our alley. I really enjoy that. Spencer and I played a super fun It's a lot like we played a very fun one-on-one game of God, what's the name of that game? Of Quiet Year. So that to determine what would have happened if Prospect wasn't saved in time. Like, so to do that, we played this like post-apocalyptic RPG. After the fact, realizing that that's exactly what the Michael Roy brothers did for Ether Seed, being like, damn it.
Yeah, true.
Oh, was there anything down where you guys went to? I just went this way, thinking this was the not progress way.
Not anything great.
I'm
for
just
me.
tooling around.
I was running around the top.
I thought I was just tooling around, but I think this is actual progress. I hate in my games when I find the correct path instead of the fun exploration path first.
Oh, what item? Come on, drop something cool. Drop something cool. Dropped his helmet. That's awesome. I like that Fire Knight set. That's cool.
The Fire Knight set is cool.
You want to see your farm?
I have his sword. I think that's all I've gotten.
I no, because I like heavy armor in these games. I'm that guy. We've talked about this a lot. I need 60 vigor. I need heavy armor. I adore these games and am objectively bad at them, and so being able to survive 75 attacks is simply the only way I can be successful.
Spirit calculus. The spirit calculus, burn that thing.
Get his ass, boys.
He's being healed by this idiot. I'm gonna deal with that.
Oh, I died.
Ooh.
I was not paying attention.
That's so sad.
Who's talking to us?
There's some.
Oh, there's someone upstairs.
Okay.
You know, that might be who's downstairs in that little alcove.
Oh, there's a.
Oh, hi.
Nice.
Nice.
It's not nearly as bad. So Ethan, have you thought up of enough stuff for our next campaign that you want to share with the audience? What the next?
Yeah, so there's something that I want to talk to you guys about, and we're still sort of settling that. So for anybody who watched DM Writer's Room, you don't have to. It's totally fine if you don't. It's gonna be set
you must.
It's going to be set in the world that we came up with there, which is the world called a world called Prospect, which is like.
Oh, it is? Okay.
It is.
Fun.
It's like kind of. It's like the midpoint between Dungeons and Dragons and kind of a Wild West thing. There's simple guns, but they're not like too advanced and things like that. And the main hook is it's a world where the god of magic was mortally injured by human hubris, and so magic in the world is very slowly dying out, and everyone's just kind of trying to scramble around and survive. We are going to be playing in a huge location called the Tomb Desert, which is this massive desert where a like gigantic war took place between two of our more ancient kingdoms in the world. You guys are going to be like archaeologists exploring this dead city. The thing I haven't decided yet is if I am going to come up with what is going on there and then ask you guys like to each give me some important detail, or if I'm going to bottom to top say like, what are you looking for? What is here? What are you doing? And try to build off of it that way. And I haven't quite made my mind up yet. So I guess I'll flip the script on you. Number one, does that sound interesting? This is something that I recommend for GMs out there, but you're going to have to work really hard to get your players used to it. I encourage Spencer, Michael, and my other players to be like, I think that sounds boring. I won't be offended if you say, like, I think that idea sounds like it's going to be very boring for me. Because it lets me know to change it, right? I'd rather you tell me than it be boring. So I guess number one, if you're like, that idea sucks, nerd, you should tell me. But two, do you guys have any early inclination of which of those two ways you want to go down?
It's hard because for such a short, like, stream setup, the choice is super important. And I don't want to off the cuff be like, this is the angle I want to take. Because it's like, we get to play it for 3 months. Home games, I feel like you can really let things expand and build in interesting ways.
There's what I'll say in counter to that, while I do appreciate the sentiment, is there's a reason that the question I asked was, what are you looking for at this location? What are you looking for in the whole Tomb Desert? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Oh, give me 1 second. Sorry.
No, totally. Michael, do you have any early thoughts? Do you want to come up with your own? Do you want to?
I think.
Ow.
Now, let's see. I think it would be very fun to have a main and a secondary where you did they just parry me? Holy shit. Where we have tertiary things that we want to grab, but you have the main thing where what you have set aside we might not even know about. It's something that we kind of stumble upon, or things have been alluded to this.
That thrust attack on that sword is a absolute killer. That thing is vicious.
Yeah. There we go.
Oh my goodness.
I'm back.
So, okay, so Spencer, Michael's first instinct is that it would be fun to try to do both, to have a big thing going on and then ask, like, what are you as individuals looking for here? Like, is there, which is also fun because if as a player that's too much pressure and you don't want to do it, you can be like, fame. Yeah. But if you want to do it, you can be like, the dagger of Kamzarene, Lord of the Third Realm. Like, you can sort of create that. Do you, where are you landed on this, Spencer? Do you have any ideas?
I think that is going to be the best path forward, is for there to be like, this is the thing that needs to be done in 15 sessions, and the character options where it's like, I'm looking for this, I'm hoping to do this, can most be done while following that main thread for that thing to find or to do. But if they're not all done, it doesn't mean that we have to keep going for another, 15 sessions, because 3 of us are done, but 2 of us still have our arc or thing to find to go. It makes us less beholden to each individual arc,
I'll tell you what, one first ideas I have is like the first ossuary.
Oh, the Ossuary?
But the first one, the place where they came from. That's huge. That'd be fun. Where the Witherlings first entered the world.
Yeah, as an archaeologist, that sounds fun.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be really interesting. My favorite thing about the setting of Prospect, and this is definitely for those at home who are gonna watch, is depending on what part of the world you're from. Number one, and this I have to do a bunch of writing off screen. One of the first things we determined is there is no. If we were to publish a Prospect world building guide, we would say there is no species or race mechanic. There is a nation and background combo. So that's something I need to work on. But the thing I like about Prospect is depending on what part of the world you're from, you basically get to choose which of the Western fantasy, Western/fantasy you get to be from, right? If you're from the giant religious empire to the south, hard fantasy, plate mail, no guns. If you're from the northeastern kingdom, it's cowboy boots, lapels, and bolo ties. And if you're from the far western part of the world, that's where the mix really exists. And I think that's going to be really fun. I'm excited to see how everybody sort of tackles
that. I do think that it'll be cool. What would be useful for us when we're developing our the thing that we're each looking for, if you know what that main place is in advance, where you're this is the area you're going to, what are you looking for here in addition to this main thing? Because then it's oh, we know we're going towards the Federation of Elders, So my character would be like, oh, I'm looking. Oh, damn, I just got destroyed. I'm looking for like an ancient dragon's rune, and everybody else is like, oh, I'm looking for the lost library of the dragon who hoards knowledge, and blah 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 blah. So that way we're set in an area where we're all exploring and looking for the same thing with our own dreams beyond that. I think would be cool.
Does he life still?
It looks like it. He
Cool.
got up to full health.
I wasn't sure if that was like a death screen bug or something.
It says Ethan's still dead, so I might have to rest here.
I'm still loading.
Once you load in, I'll rest.
All
Oh,
right,
there we
what
go.
I'm getting from him is a lot of dodging ins, not dodging aways. We have to do.
Remember, 3 good college tries, and then we can decide if we want to
just-
summon mimics.
Yeah, sorry, I'm checking for something. You asked a question, and I'm looking for my.
No, that's okay. It gave me time to think about the fight. Yeah, I'm really excited for our prospects. Play through them because again, prospects our baby.
Yeah,
It was our
to be in that world.
for anyone that's not a long-term watcher of ours. Prospect was our. I don't know if it's our first thing that we is it our first
That's how
thing
we
did?
started the stream.
Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that was our very first thing then. I wasn't sure if we did something beforehand at all, like a small thing. But
It
yeah,
took us like 4 months to do prospect. How long do you think it would take us if we did it?
It took us so much longer than 4 months to do prospect.
4 months worth of streams. We didn't stream every week.
Oh,
We were
that's
pretty bad
true.
about that.
I don't think we were bad about it. I don't think we realized we were gonna make a company about it yet. We were like,
True.
this is fun.
Damn.
Yeah, I'm excited to see how it kind of builds out. I think it's going to be really interesting. So I will say, if you guys went with it's my thing that I came up with, if we want a huge sneak peek for stream, I do know what it is.
Oh,
if
nice.
it's totally up to me. Do you guys want to know?
Yeah, let her rip.
All right, 1 second. Oh, I stunned him!
nice.
Dude.
We got this. This is easy. Sorry, you're gonna miss the Messmer fight, Spencer.
Hey,
I'm about
you
to
know
die. I'm about to
It's all
die.
good.
I died.
Oh, shit! I forgot about that one.
Michael, you got this. He's basically
Yeah.
dead already.
So
He's just standing
frozen.
there.
this is the unfortunate thing about how deep the prospect lore goes. Is there are 3 different names for this location. So the place that you are part of an expedition that has been sent out by one of the major sort of. That is something I'm going to leave up to you guys. Like, who sent you out here? You guys are part of like a huge crew, and they went looking for this specific structure because most of the world has forgotten what all of these things are. They're just ruins in the desert now. So the colloquial name for this structure is the Hive, because in that giant chasm through the middle of the Tomb Desert, this structure is clung to the side of the inside of the chasm. And so it looks kind of like a giant wasp's nest. It has an original name, and then it has what that name would have been changed to after the Deathwoken Empire was wiped out. It is called the Tomb of the Vemeral. And the Vemeral were the Deathwoken Empire's mage hunters.
Ooh.
They were sent out after now mage is important. They had yet historically to differentiate between the like types of magic. And so anybody
They're all
who
mages.
cast magic was a mage. And so anytime they needed to go after somebody who could cast spells, that was the Vemeral's job. And so this would have been where they were from, so it would have been called like the city or the temple of the Vemeral. But now that they've all been wiped out, it is called the tomb. So that's where you're going. If you guys wanted me to tell you, that is what I was going to go with. So, come on, what do you think?
I love the Deathwoken Empire. I think it's our meatiest bro.
Spencer, you are struggling against Messmer here, bud.
It's the type of boss that I memorize the worst. Where it's like, okay, you dodge, but then there's a delayed effect, and the delayed effect hits you 3 times, and then when you're dodging the delayed effect, he does stab you with the spear one
just
more
trying to
time, and then it explodes. I'm like, all right, Mesmer, grow up.
Let him play. Come on. You know what it is? It's the antithesis of let him play. These constant
He won't let
poke
me
attacks.
play. He won't let me play, so I'm not rocking with Mesmer.
He really does delay.
Yeah, it is. It's a fast fight, but it's also a slow fight.
I'm
It's-
summoning my mimic. Fuck you, Mesmer. You're done.
Yeah, but he heals. I don't even know if they're gonna help. We're gonna have to
I don't know if
whomp
he
him.
heals actually. I think that's like a death screen bug.
Oh no! You guys aren't in yet, and I walk through the door.
Oh.
Just hang on. I wouldn't even summon your mimic yet. Just hang on, because I'm already in.
It was too late.
Oh,
It crashed.
Yep, it fully crashed.
It crashed.
It did
It's me
not
versus
like
Mesmer.
you doing that.
We should not have done that announcement as we were walking into the hardest boss fight. Because you two, I was like, what do you guys think? And you were both like, yeah, no, it sounds like, I like
Sorry.
the death guys. As we're all dodging 6,000 flaming spear explosions.
I love the Deathwoken Empire. I think it's our meatiest property within Prospect. I think that it's got the coolest background and history. So I'm excited to explore that. I'm going to separate and then reuse the bell.
I just joined.
All right.
Oh, sorry. I don't think it's gonna work.
It didn't.
Something I was gonna say with the history of Prospect, how we did the history, I thought was very fun. What was our time frame? How many years passed? How many years of history do we have in
We
Prospect?
did like epochs. It
Yeah,
was,
we
like,
did.
the
We
old
did
history was
large
thousands of years
swaths
ago.
of history. The longest. I think originally on stream we said a different number, and we didn't like it later, and so we adjusted. And so, the first 2 epics are, I think, about 1,000 years each, and then the 2 that follow are much shorter. So it's like 1,000, like 400, and then like 200. So they kind of reduce as things are happening quicker and quicker as time goes by, which makes some sense.
Yeah.
My favorite fun fact is the Deathwoken Empire being completely wiped out was decided by a random dice roll on stream.
Yep.
Yeah, so that's in case we missed it, and for posterity for anybody who is too engrossed by watching us get destroyed by Messmer, we're going to start at one of these abandoned cities, ? It's weird to call them a city, colloquially called the Hive, but that you as explorers looking for it would know is called the Tomb of the Vemeral, who were these mage hunters who would go out in search of the enemies of the Deathwoken Empire that could cast powerful spells. Because I always throw something like that, and I remember when we were coming up with stuff both off stream and on stream, continuing to be like, every group needs a group of people who are trained to hunt spellcasters, because spellcasters can teleport halfway across the world when they know they're losing. They can blow up the sun and summon 5 skeletons and then teleport halfway across the world and then cast non-detection and be gone forever and never be found again. So you have to make a faction that is like, the only thing we do is track down them. We don't do anything else.
It makes perfect sense. Like, the classes are all balanced because D&D needs to be a fun game where you can choose other things.
Magic's
Wizards are blowing up
strong.
entire battlefields. Let's be so for real. What's that? There's a game called. So there's Vampire the Masquerade. There's Changeling the Dream or something like that, and then there's the Wizards version, and I can't think of the name of it.
I think it might be Mage the Ascendancy.
Yeah, something
Google
like
it.
that. And I feel like that's the most real version of what Wizards would be like.
Chapter and verse. Mage the Ascension. Just an absolute. Yeah, that is the World of Darkness spellcasting game.
Because it's like, if in Vampire the Masquerade, you don't want to set off the You don't want to break the rules of the masquerade because then the vampire council will destroy you. But you really don't want to set off the wizards because the wizards will also destroy you. It's just they don't bring them up a lot. And if you're playing as one of the wizards in that game, it's just wildly insane. Whoop. Woo. Oh, I didn't summon my mimic. That's foolish.
What are you doing?
I'm dying as I got splashed by fire as I was summoning my mimic like a fool.
Dude, this fight is
Nice.
your end. No!
Oh,
Come on!
Oh, goodbye,
Let him
world.
play. It's just me.
Let him play.
It's
You
okay.
and your mimic.
It's all right, guys. I got him.
You got this.
I do right now because he is exclusively going after my mimic.
Why is your mimic punching?
He's not. On my screen.
It's just on my screen.
Your guys'
On my
mimics on
screen,
my
yes.
screen are often unarmored and unweaponed, or are wearing the wrong armor. Bless
Hey,
these.
you and your mimic are going crazy.
Bless these mod developers. They put their whole heart into it. I imagine
Only
those.
so much.
I imagine a lot of that just keeps it from crashing when there's two mimics at the same time.
Yeah.
There's probably some pieces of armor that if they appear on screen too many times, the game just like gets really unhappy.
Almost definitely.
I'm gonna see if he does heal. Okay, he doesn't. That is good to know.
Yeah, any boss that heals, no mimics.
He doesn't need to heal. He's too busy
No.
whooping my ass.
This time I'll
True.
summon my mimic at the right time.
So, now that we've gotten destroyed again, Spencer, why did you ask about the setting? There was a question. You were going to do something. You were going to say something. It was something about like, well, it'd be easier to come up with it if you tell us. And I was like, do you want me to tell you? And you were like, yeah. So I guess, do you have any early leanings knowing that you're
Oh.
going to this like hive of the mage hunters? Like, does that give you anything that you feel you want to act on?
Yeah, I want to find like one of the original tombs of. Did you guys summon in?
It put me in a
Yes.
different grace. I'm coming in the door right now.
Oh.
Oh,
It
my game
crashed.
crashed.
Ooh.
I'm going to
Well-
restart Steam. I'm going to make a gamble.
I'm-
We've
yeah,
been
I'm-
having a
I'm
lot of
task
connectivity
managering.
issues. So I'm going to pop open Task Manager. We're going to reset a couple of things.
Steam and reopen.
I'm looking up weapons while we're chilling.
Okay, Steam is open.
So, Spencer, you're looking for
Launcher's
like a
running.
tomb or a weapon of one specific member of the...
Yeah, the original emperor of the Deathwoken Empire. I'm trying to find something of his. We have that whole like
Yeah, yeah.
Uh,
Oh, you mean Balyar Deathwoken?
yeah, I'm looking for
It's-
Balyar Deathwoken.
It's all up here,
tomb,
dude. I don't know how to break this to you.
Because I'm continuing. Because we have the whole thing where every time you pray to the Lifewoken Empire's emperor, it like puts the emperor out of commission because you're summoning the soul of like 1,000 years ago.
Yeah, the reason,
cetera.
so big lore thing. When in Prospect, necromancy, we wanted necromancy to be illegal for a reason, and not just like for random BS. And so the reason is if you bring somebody back from the dead, there's reincarnation in Prospect, and so if you bring them back from the dead, their current self dies. If you cast Speak with Dead, their current self goes into a coma.
Yeah, go catatonic. The world is open. You guys can join in again.
So it is like pretty direct one-to-one problematic. Can I tell you
Mhm.
something? I did nail the name of the emperor, Balyar Deathwoken. Although he is
Nice.
currently, I currently known by the pseudonym Sendu Wapplebeat. Our world building is fantastic. I it's okay if nobody else likes it. I love it. I think it's the best.
Crazy. But my character wants to find like his skull, his tomb, an item, because he wants to attempt to speak with him to discover who his reincarnation is. That's the goal.
Interesting. So basically, you heard that some piece of his original bones is here. Wow, that would be huge. That's cool. That's really fun.
Yeah, maybe one of them was using it as like a reliquary. There's like an archlich in the Mage Hunters section that used it. Whatever. So yeah, that's mine.
That's great.
And it would be a funny reveal.
Write that down. Put that in a notepad.
Yeah. It'll be funny because that person is in the world and we know where he is. He's the twin brother of the Lifewoken Empire's emperor, who's a child, and he's pretending to be him,
which is so good.
So...
Well, he's not doing it yet. That is his plan, and everyone's in on it because the actual emperor sucks.
Yeah.
Which I think is really funny. Yeah, it is one of my favorite like setting things that we have. The Deathwoken are so fun. They're so tragic, like, and it's funny because it's something that we wrote at the time without really thinking about it. That in hindsight is so horrifying. Like their fate as a group, their entire empire being determined as like too dangerous to exist, is so like. Immediately 50,000 moral questions come up that I think is really exciting. My favorite faction is the Federation of Elders. I think they're so stupid in the best way.
I like it because we really got to play around with what makes a dragon's horde a dragon's horde.
Yeah.
The other thing I like about so the Federation of Elders is this giant kingdom to the west where everybody basically said, like, hey, there are these giant immortal super monsters that live to be thousands of years old and have perfect memory. Why not just let them be king? Like, why would we... The Red Dragon tries to take over and we're supposed to fight. Why? He lives to be 2,000 years old and knows more about statecraft than we will ever learn. Why don't we just let him be in charge?
Let him do it. And you know what else? He'll be a great protector.
That didn't go great.
Did we beat Messmer?
No.
We fought him like 50 times and he kicked our butts every time.
I was hoping maybe I would use that as a morale boost. It was like, no, we've done it before, but we haven't.
Does he seem like he takes bleed damage? Have we
Yeah,
seen
he
his
does.
health
I
go?
saw him take a proc before.
Okay, good. I think we need to embrace that. We've gotten used to fighting these bosses and like getting them down in single runs. We just gotta let that go. We gotta let that dream go.
Yeah, we gotta play real.
Yeah.
You know what we need to do? We need to play a little dumber.
Well, dumber always works.
Let's do dumb run right here. We're going insano.
Do we even want to do mimics?
Yeah, with mimics.
Okay.
That's part of the dumb run.
All right.
I did look at weapons. At some point, I'm going to grind a little bit. I need to get a Fire Knight short sword, which is considered a dagger.
Mimic summoned. I'm on my way.
I'm holding Messmer's attention. I'm not anymore. Don't die immediately, please. Spencer! What did I just say?
I'm alive.
Spencer said you said die immediately, please. What are you talking about?
I heard die immediately. I'm pretty sure. Oh, damn.
Everybody get stupid! You're trying to be smart. You keep backing up to heal. Be dumb!
Yeah!
It's the only way!
Oops, sorry.
Sniff glue! It's the only way!
I will say, that did a lot of damage.
Jump him!
You have to get stupid. You have no choice.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah!
There we go.
Yeah. See? Now he's gonna do a bunch of scary stuff and your brain's gonna say, we need to be smart. Stay dumb.
Stay dumb.
Stay dumb. Big Snake, get away from Snake. He down, fight him. Be dumb.
Brother's got some coke nails. That's crazy.
Spencer, I do want to say you whipped up a very compelling personal quest immediately.
Oh yeah. We're back to that whole, improv world build thing. You got to be quick.
My
on
plan
your
for
feet.
the structure is like as you guys are adventuring, I'm gonna try to do a lot of like, what is everybody doing today? Like, trying to like get moments where we can just go from like vignette to vignette to vignette without needing to like be like, you walk down the west. I'm not gonna open Roll20 with a map of the entire hive.
You say that
But
now.
what if?
One of these days at midnight, you're gonna be like, I'm gonna build out that entire map.
Well, I can tell you right now, unfortunately, because of the way I GM, I'm going to have a map of the entire place.
He's not gonna pull it out.
That's
Yeah.
not for you guys, because you won't even like having it. I might show you so that you can go, oh, cool, a map.
Whoa.
I'm not gonna look at this. Like,
Who's
I
his
do-
mother?
America.
The one thing that I
Is America? Okay.
The one thing I wish I had kept track of in our home game was kill counts. I lost track after about 3 sessions, but it would be funny to know how many people and monsters we've slain.
You know, I would have said it was Chris a couple of months ago, but someone started playing Overwatch, and now Chris is on the fucking moon. So I think that probably it's one of the other kiddos. Everybody get stupid!
Get him! Jump in, boys! Oh,
Some caution must follow with the dumb.
I'm just not gonna stand that.
I did a bad job dodging that big sneak attack. Alright, in! Get him! Stupid! Dodge! Dodge! Dodge!
That.
In. Get him. Alright, we're out of mimics, but we're still in it, boys.
we're all still alive.
For now. Whoopsie.
Yeah.
Forgetting that that's what happens next.
He has
No, thank you.
2 almost identical attacks.
Sorry, Michael.
That's alright. I was caught healing as his hands winding up. Kill.
Oh, I'm terrible at the timing with these
Oh my
snake
god,
attacks.
I mess that one up every single time.
It's alright, guys. I got him.
He's almost there,
Oh
brother.
my god.
He's almost there.
Yeah, he's almost there. You know the problem is, so am I. I'm also almost dead.
Yeah!
Wow.
Damn.
Stop
Nice.
turning into a big snake.
Let Ethan play.
Nice.
Huge.
Alright, if I can get a heal. I'm out of heals.
Oh.
Alright, it's all
Take
ogre.
my heels, please.
It's all ogre. I'm gonna try, boys, but
Run from that.
Woo!
Oh.
So close.
Good try.
finally dumb enough. We almost had it.
Yeah.
If our mimics were
Definitely.
stupider,
They were too smart.
They were playing way too smart.
God, what were we talking about in the middle of that? I got so distracted.
Cool.
That's a great question. We'd have to watch the playback. We locked in too hard.
You guys ready
Welcome
to?
back.
We're gonna go back in. We're gonna be stupid. We're gonna die in the first phase, first 10 seconds.
I'm gonna run in. You guys summon your mimics. I'm gonna take aggro for a second.
Who's he coming? All right.
Oh no, you nailed that. Run! Get out of there!
Oh, he got me.
Oh.
Maybe
Yeah,
not the
I
best.
think unfortunately with that one, you just have to wait and dodge at like this when he comes down with it.
Yeah.
I was just trying to run around, and I hoped that would just buy me time. But running alone didn't work. I would have to dodge.
Get him, Michael! Bleed! Damn, you guys are getting his ass.
Whoops. No.
Get second miss.
Let's
There we
go.
go.
I'm gonna skip.
Do it,
So
thank
get
you.
ready.
Yeah. But I want. What about the eye?
I like that it makes you die twice. There's something really personal going on there.
Really just
Oh,
insulting.
there's a mimic dead.
But a worthy death.
A stupid death. That's all should be.
As God intended. Mimics are down.
Hey guys, so that's
Jesus
that's
Christ.
not the spear. How is that different from the attack where the spears
I
come out?
know. Oh
That
no.
I didn't follow my own advice. I started running.
Start swinging. Yeah. It feels like running's the thing to do, right?
It's not.
not,
It's wait until
it
the
feels
minute
right.
he actually does that last sprint to
There.
grab. Yeah, that. Maybe we should.
The only way I ever learn movesets in this game is by walking in and saying, I'm not even going to swing.
I
I'm
do
just
that
gonna
too.
dodge."
Oh.
But I can't do that on stream because I'll feel like a dingleberry.
I'll do that, and then if they have 2 phases and I keep getting the first phase and dying to the second phase, I'll walk in and I'll say no flasks until they're in second phase. None.
Yeah.
And just grind until you're good enough at first to get through to second. What I love about that is every now and again you discover later than anyone else that it's the run.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
All right, I was in first, so I'm gonna catch the smoke. Come get
Mimic
me,
tier.
idiot.
Come forward. Face me, Snakeman.
Oh my gosh, the delay on that one big stab is quite repeated.
Damn.
That one.
Yes.
I didn't think you were swinging at me.
Oh, that
He keeps
180.
faking me out with who he's aiming at.
It's because it will like snap him to the next person.
Yeah.
Come on, boys, get stupid. Get wacky.
Nice.
The dumber you are, the easier FromSoft games are.
I'm skipping.
All right. Who's it going for?
Me. They changed dispenser at the last minute, man. The D paid for you.
They just want to see me fail. They don't want to see me fail.
There's some good hits.
Just heal.
Don't let him scare you.
I want to say I think it's crazy that you can't like stun him out of snake form.
Yes.
I did hit a snake there.
You can hit the
Somehow.
snake, but even like I don't know why something in my head said that like a heavy attack should have a like if you can get that, I do think maybe. So this really is just the snake fight.
Oh, he got me. Get him, boys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try. This is tough. Oh, Michael's alive. Cool.
Hi.
I thought it was just me. I was like, nice.
You got this.
back.
Back and back and.
Watch that delay.
Yeah.
Oh, he dodged.
Okay,
Back again. That's on you.
Huge.
Oh my
huge.
god, he's always so much further than I think he is. My main issue with him is he's just discombobulating.
He's so quick. Oh. Insane.
There we
timing.
go.
Let's go.
I'm
Not
dead.
dead. He's not dead. Oh no.
Are you
I'm so
kidding me?
sorry.
I'm gonna try. Oh my god, I don't have flasks.
No.
You got this.
Oh!
Nice.
We got Mesmer.
the pace of the beating of my heart in this moment.
Dang.
Where's
Huge.
Candle?
I can hear my heartbeat in my ears. Here's
All right,
those.
where's that Grace?
Whew.
There he is. Huge.
Yeah. I apologize. I saw it. I thought he was
I thought I
he
was gonna
was
die
at-
in a
he was
snake
dead.
attack. I was like, oh no.
he was less than 1%.
That was the lowest I've ever seen.
Anything. I don't think there was a pixel of health. I think it just registered as he's not there.
Phew, 400,000 runes, huh?
Maybe once I get to my souls.
2 levels. Huge.
I'm trying to see if any of these helmets work with my set.
What is your guys' vigor at?
60, I think.
79.
63 technically. 79. Spencer's like, I'm not going down.
I know these bosses focus on me crazy style. I
They
gotta
do.
have that max vigor.
We'll get 60.
I wonder if it might finally be worth it to go 2 swords again.
Ooh.
Let me see.
Hell yeah.
I'm very
Did we beat
interested.
the DLC or
Was that?
so did we win? Did we beat the DLC?
No,
I don't think so.
not even
How
close.
close? I'd say like 80%, right?
I don't
Are
even
we
know where
trying
we're
to
supposed to
kill all
go now.
bosses?
I'll Google it.
There was a thing that was like blocked by Mesmer, right?
Oh yeah.
I think I know where.
I think unfortunately we are 12 minutes past time.
Can I just see if I know where to go?
Yeah.
Please.
Wait, go that way. We'll do our sign
I
off
know,
while
it's
you're going back
at the
to-
top of the Theater of the Divine Beast thing. I know what
Yes.
you're talking about. I know
Okay,
what
cool.
we're talking about.
All right, I'm cool with that then.
Oh.
If we're all on the same page.
All right, Michael, let it rip.
Yeah. Well, we beat Mesmer's ass. I'm happy. Everyone's happy. We did the thing. Thank everyone for hanging out. We're having a blast with this DLC. We knew we would. It's amazing. Yeah. I hope everyone enjoyed the time. I know I'm gonna do a little bit of grinding just because I want to get my other dagger.
Yeah, of course.
Very much so because I have my one dagger that I need. But yeah, you can catch us again. So I just fall through this. Yep. What happened there?
It didn't look like it was up for me.
Keep signing
I
off.
went-
Keep signing off. We'll figure this
Yeah,
out.
sorry. Just saw something phase through the ground. But yeah, you guys can catch us always on Sundays at 7:30 for our Game Masters of Games. You can catch us again on Monday for our actual playthrough of Monster of the Week at 7:30, where we are taking on the Prince or the
Prince of Charming.
the Prince of Charming. Okay, I was thinking the Charming Prince. No, the Prince of Charming. Where we're about 5 episodes. We'll be 5 episodes in.
Almost halfway.
Yeah. And it's nice, fun, chill monster hunting session. And then again, you can catch us on Thursdays for DM's Writer's Room, where we demystify the DMing process and create some fun stuff, like we were just talking about prospects. And as the viewers, you always have a say in what we're creating in that stream. If you have fun ideas, bad ideas, funny ideas, we try to incorporate them. But yeah, as always, I hope you all have a great rest of your night, and we will catch you on the next one. Till then, bye.
Peace. Sorry, I had to click out of the game.